Hello and welcome to another video with Costive Learning. Today we'll be looking at simultaneous equation. Now, what are simultaneous equations? Simultaneous equations are two equations that have two variables, which both of them are unknown. And we use the simultaneous equation to help us solve for both of the unknown variables. Okay? And in most of the cases in your questions, you'll be having x and y as the variables given. And then you will also be told to use a certain method to solve it. So in this video, we'll be looking at the elimination method. Now, what does the elimination method involve? Now, elimination method involves adding or subtracting the two equations such that one of the variable gets to be 0. Okay, and in order to do this, we have to make one of the variable to be equal with each other. So let's have a look at our example. So in our example, we have 5x plus 2y is equals to 26 and 10x minus y is equals to 37. Now, in any case, we have two variables. We have x and we have y, and both of them are unknown. But we can see the equation. So the first thing we're going to do is we want to eliminate x. And by eliminating x, it means we have to make the x values to be equal. However, for x values, we have 5x and 10x, and they are not equal. But if we multiply 5x by 2, we get 10x. And that will mean everything is equal. So let's see how that goes. We take 5x, we multiply by 2. But because we multiplied one of them by 2, we have to multiply everything in that equation by 2. So let's see. 5x times 2, we get 10x. 2y times 2, we get 4y. 26 times 2, we get 52. And then we get the second equation and bring it here. Then we decide if we're going to add or subtract. Now, clearly we can see that 10x and 10x are the variables and they are equal now to each other. Now, what can we do to 10 and 10 so that we get 0? Of course, this is positive and this is positive. So 10 minus 10 will give us 0. So we put our negative sign there and then we subtract 10x minus 10x, 0. 4y minus y. Now, do you remember what we said about two negatives? When you have two negatives, it becomes a positive and the answer becomes 5y. So an addition is equals to 52 minus 37, that becomes 15. And we can say y is equals to 3. Okay. Then we go to step number 2. Now step number 2 is substituting y. We've already found y here. So we come here and we can take any of the equations to use to substitute y so that we can find x. So I'm going to take 5x plus 2y, but I will not write y. I will write 3 in brackets is equals to 26. Then the next step becomes 5x is equals to 26 minus 6. Where did this 6 come from? It came from 2 times 3. 2 times 3 gave us a plus 6. When it came to this other side, it becomes a negative 6. Then we can say 5x is equals to 20, therefore x is equals to 4. And that becomes the answer. Alternatively, we can substitute y rather than x. Now we come and say 2y is not equal to y. Okay? This symbol is the symbol of not equal. But if we multiply y by 2, we can get our 2y. Therefore, we take the equation with the y and we multiply everything by 2. So 10x times 2, we get 20x. Negative y times 2, we get negative 2y. And 37 times 2, we get 74. Then we bring our the other equation and bring it below so that we can know how to work it out. So our other equation that was unchanged was the 5x plus 2y is equals to 26. Once put it here, then we want to figure out what to do so that we get our answer of 0. So you can see this is a 2, this is a 2. So what can we do to these two values so that the answer is 0? Okay, now this case we have to add. So by adding, this will become 0. So 20x plus 5x is 25 minus 2y plus 2 is equals to 0. Then 74 plus 26 is equals to 100. Therefore, here we can see 25 is equal to 100. Therefore, x is equals to 4. Then we go to step number 2, whereby we say 10x, but we're not going to write 10x because we already know the value of x. We already know the value of x is 4. So I'm going to write 10 into brackets 4 minus y is equals to 37. Now, of course, I can interchange the signs. I can interchange the value so that I make y the subject of the formula, making it the subject taken to the other side. Therefore, then we bring 37 to this side. Then we have what? 40 because of 10 times 4 minus 37 is equals to y. And therefore, we find 3 is equals to y. And that becomes our answer. X is equals to 4 and y is equals to 3. Kindly note that when the sign is the same, we subtract. Okay, so it could be addition or it could be subtraction. If both of them are negatives, subtract. If both of them are positive, subtract. But if the signs are different, so example here we have negative and positive, or it could be positive and negative, then you add.